Hello and welcome. This is Chrisanne. I'm coming at you from Elemental Energies with Chrisanne. Today we are going to be doing a oldie but a goodie. We are going to be doing tea bag folding. Tea bag folding has been around for a long time. And I was reminded of it because I came across this really old pin that has seen better days that I made about 25-30 years ago. The finish, obviously, as you can see, is cracking off. But we used to make these with rubber stamps. And I mean, this was in vogue probably 100 years before this. But this one I took and I turned into a pin. The back is in much better shape than the front is. But once again, it's 25-30 years old. So what we used to do then was we used to rubber stamp and then cut out those squares and then put them together in this fashion. We are going to be doing a couple different things. So these are some smaller ones made with 2x2 squares. We are going to be making it with 6x6 paper because I want a bigger piece of paper as an example to show you how to do this. So we're going to make a couple of these squares into the actual fold, and then I'm going to show you the trick to putting them all together after that. You are going to need 8 square pieces of paper. 2x2 is a really good size to work with. I am only using 6x6 paper because I want to have a bigger example that's easier for you to see. That is the only reason I'm using 6x6. Normally, this would get cut up into smaller pieces. Like I said, 2x2s. Here, I have the 2x2s right here. Huge size difference. So, I want to show you the fold. So you're going to need 8 of these. And what you do is you start with your pattern on the bottom, upside down. You take your paper and you fold it in half, as even as you possibly can. I do find a bold folder to be very helpful in this process. Is it necessary? No. You're going to turn it and you're going to fold it in half the other way. So you're creating this type of fold, 4 even squares. Next thing you want to do is you want to do point to point. Now we're creating an X. So we have that. Next thing we want to do, opposite points. So there's 4 folds. Once again, get it as best as you can. Put your death grip on it while you do the bone folder on it. I have this black piece of paper here to cut down on the glare. That's it. So when we open it up, we can see we have a fold in half. We have a fold in half this way. We have a diagonal fold this way, a diagonal fold this way. So every point and center has a fold to it, creating that sort of star pattern in the middle. Now, in order to fold it into a tea bag fold, you're going to fold it inside to inside, right side out. You're going to take these pieces, kind of puff this up a little bit. Make sure your center has a nice crease to it. And you're going to do this. And it kind of naturally folds that way. You're going to take these 2, hold it over here. Oh, nope. Oh, jeepers creepers. I'm doing a different one. It's a different one. That's a different fold. You're going to do this. It naturally has points. Can you see these points? These points. Put the 2 to this side, the 2 to this side. Let me do that one more time. So you're going to puff it all out. Do this. Oh, I keep doing it the opposite way. That's another fold. Let me just get all my folds going here. There we go. So you want 2 and 2. Jeepers, I need to do that again. Believe it or not, I really do know how to do this. Okay, take these 2, fold them into each other. That seems to be the easiest one. Then you get a triangle. Let's do that one more time. Take this one and this one, fold them in to each other, and it naturally folds a triangle. You want this, okay? Fold those in. There you got your triangle. Now, I have some pre-made here, but we're not done. We're gonna make one more. So, upside down piece of paper. We're gonna do folding it in half. This is real life. You know, I'm not afraid to make a mistake because then you learn. We all learn. I learn. Everybody learns. But that other fold is another fold for something else. Okay, turned it, and I'm folding it the opposite direction. So we're left with this. Now we're going to take corner to corner, and then later corner to corner. And I kind of find it a little easier to sort of line it up with my fingers. Put my death grip on it, and then do my bone folder. Open it up, corner to corner. Kind of line it up. Okay, let's do this one more time. So we're going to take this point to this point. Well, let's puff it all out a little bit first. Come on, you. There. Okay, this point, this point. Bring those in to each other. When you bring them in and they touch, you naturally get your triangles after a little finagling with the creases. Okay, let me show you that one more time. So we have all of our folds. We have a fold this way. 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 We open it up, taking this corner, we're bringing them in, and then this, after a little pushing and finagling, we take 2 of these to one side, 2 of these to another side, and there's our triangle. We do that 8 times. In this case, because of the paper pad I was using, I didn't have enough of all one color. I did 4 yellow, 2, 3, 4, and then I did 4 greens. Where's my, and you can see in this one, I did 2 colors. So that's what you get when you do 2 colors. That's what you get when you do sort of all the same hues, so to speak. Okay, to put this together, I like to have the points pointed towards me, towards me. These 2 points and these 2 points open, and this slides right in. So you see this one and this one hugs this one. This one just kind of hanging out, but it's going to hug this one. So I have that. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to hold this while we go around so you get the general idea. Open up these 2, open up these 2, point to point, slide it right in. Now I'm going to do a yellow. Open up these 2, open up these 2, slide it right in, points to points, kind of tuck it in. So we have that. It's going to be tricky to hold in a second. Let's do this one here. Open up these two, open up these two, slide it in while I have point to point down the bottom here. And see, you can kind of finagle it and adjust it. So this is like a quilt square. We're going to slide these two over this one. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry. This one gets slid behind that one. Then we come to our green. Now, this is our number 7. How do we add number 8? In this case, my number 8 is a gold. Wait a minute. I added that one wrong. It's supposed to be like that. Yeah. I'm going to make more to show you. I'm going to take this one apart too. So this lifts up, this slides in. So we always want the stationary one to be the top piece. The one sliding in is sandwiched. Now, in this case, because this is the last one, we're going to lift this one up and we're going to tuck that one behind. So that's the only one that's an exception. So that's what we're left with. I'm going to take it apart and I'm going to show you one more time. So we have green, 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 yellow, 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 yellow. In the case that I'm doing alternating ones. Let's take it apart and let's do it again. All right, start with a green. Come in with a yellow. Tuck that behind the green. Green's on the top. Let's come in with another green. Tuck that behind. Yellow is on the top. Now this case, come in with a yellow. Green is on the top. Actually, I'm going to do a different one because that's the same pattern right next to each other. See all my points. You can always remember the points always stay to the center. There. And then slide this down. Oops, that goes on. I don't need that right now. Slide that one in, keeping the point down. Since this is my very, very last one, I'm going to come in with my gold. I'm going to tuck this behind this, and then I'm going to open this one up. I'm going to have my gold be on the top. There. It's kind of neat. I mean, they're really pretty when you get to making these. I think they make a really pretty decoration. Some people turn these into Christmas ornaments. I mean, that would be an immense Christmas ornament, but really kind of pretty, like maybe on a front door or something like that. I mean, this is big. This is made with 6x6 paper. So we're going to do another one with small 2x2 papers. Okay, so I'm going to take this one apart. And with the small one, I'm going to show you how I glue it. Just want to get this out of the way. And I'm going to show you how I fold it. We're going to do it right from scratch. So we move these out of the way. Now, did you know I have a whole line of printables? So we're going to be using my printables. This is a printable series. There's 18 pages in the series. And this particular grouping is called Timeless. And this is my artwork. And I did them going this way. Some I went this way. You'll see. And you can cut my name off the bottom. Depending on how your printer sort of places things. These are some giant tags. But you can shrink everything down. And then I made some labels. once again, shrink it down. This one you can use either this fashion or this fashion. So this can actually be a page in the journal. And then I have different components that you can cut up and add to journals. Dragonflies, butterflies. I put the clock with it, thus the name Timeless. I have some ladies in here, but a lot of dragonflies, butterflies, some moths as well. And then flowers. We're going to be using some of the flowers. That's what this one is made from. So this is perfect to do the tea bag with. Now the tea bag folding, I think that's bigger than 2 by 2. I'll tell you in a second. It's a hair over 2 inches. It's about 2 1/4 inches. Each one of those squares. But it depends on how you put it through your printer. I mean, these make really cool focal points. And then this, you can either use it just like this, you can use it as a page in your journal, or you can cut it all up. That's what I did. I cut up a bunch of the flower pages and I got that. So that's kind of neat. And then this one, that's the same thing. I cut up a bunch. And then I cut up the black border that was on those. I cut up the black border from that too. So there's that one. And then get into some of the ladies. So check out my website, Elemental Energies with chrisanne.com. And I do have a free one. I have a free sheet and it has some ladies on that free one. So check that out. I am going to be doing a lot of different, oh yeah, and I have hummingbirds too. I'm going to be doing a lot of projects with my printables. I have been creating them. It's very, very similar to some of my Oracle cards that are going to be coming out. So 18 pages, and then I have a free one. So, and it's $2.99 is the price point. Let me know. Let me know what you think. I'm very interested because I want to get into the sort of printables world. So I'm working on it. So to save time, I have a bunch that I cut up, that I pre-cut up. So this is some of my flowers. So I have 4 flowers and 4, oh, it's hard to see on this paper, 4 of the black backed papers. So 4 of each. And we're going to put them together. So let's get started with the folding. So remember, you're going to turn it upside down. Flip it over. I think for these, I'm going to use the black paper. And then for these, I'll use the white paper. So let me fold these first, since I have the white paper here. So the black is going to be turned upside down. And it's tricky to see on the white paper. And we're going to fold that in half. And then fold it in half going this way. Maybe if I hold it up here, you'll be able to see it better. Obviously, I'm not using my bone folder. And then do corner to corner. I mean, this is a project you can do watching TV. I made some of these where I didn't use any bone folder. Those big ones I had to because the paper was really thick. But I have to say, before I go and put everything together, I do that. And then let's open it up. And we're going to take these points. So we have this. So we're going to take, let me kind of pop this a little bit better. There. Take this point and this point, kind of bring them together. Here's our triangle right here. And here's our triangle that wants to poke out. There. When you get that crease right here, it's a little bit easier. There. So let's just go through and make a whole bunch of these. I don't have any of these pre-done because I wanted to do it in real time with you so you can see it. So I've been kind of having fun with Mass Make March. I'm going to count this as a Mass Make March, by the way, because I'm making more than one, and I'm making a ton of these little tea bag folds. So do you remember doing these 20, 30 years ago? You know, especially with the stamps, because we would buy, that's when all the stamps were wood mounted. I'm dating myself here. And, you know, I remember we would buy, in fact, I have some. I just didn't lay my hands on them before this video. But, you know, we would all get together, like my girlfriends and I that did the stamping. And, you know, you'd kind of share everybody's tea bag stamps and stamp a bunch of them. At least that's what we would do. So there's that one. Let's just keep going. And then, you know, you'd either come home and you'd cut them up, or that's when the square punches were coming into vogue, and you could get like a whole set of punches for like $50, $75, $100 for like all the different size shapes. And I remember I bought the squares because of this. Because of doing the tea bag folding. I bought a bunch of the squares and I bought the circles. Way back when. So, put this corner to this corner. Here's my one triangle. Here's my other triangle. And sometimes you have to kind of, especially since I'm not using my bone folder, you have to kind of gently cajole it to get it. Let's give that a nice crease. I'm going to be adding a whole bunch of these squares to my travel craft bag. My son has some more medical appointments next week, so I'm just sitting there. So last week I was just sitting there, so I got some stuff done too. And to me, I don't always need the bone folder. For the thicker paper, you do need the bone folder. But I travel with a little hardcover book, so I can easily do that. Okay, now let's do the printed ones. Yeah, it's still hard to see. I'm going to do that on the black paper. Okay, let's do the printed ones. And these are from my printables. So just, like I said, go to my website if you're interested. And I am looking for feedback on these, so that would be wonderfully helpful. And if you haven't heard, my Oracle deck is going to be released for pre-order to the public March 30th of 2025. And I'm so excited. I am so excited. So it's going to be a pre-order situation that you can go and pre-order it. And I'm hoping once I get enough money from the pre-order, I already have a lot of money, but I do need a couple more pre-orders in order to get the entire thing ordered. And I'm ordering, I think it's 250 copies of my deck. And my deck is 78 cards for an Oracle deck, which is very unusual. Most Oracle decks are probably about 44 cards. My decks are meant to be used by working psychics like myself. My decks are meant to be used to do actual readings with. They're not just inspirational cards. They are cards to be used for readings. Whether you're reading for yourself or you're doing professional readings like I do, my decks are meant to be used and utilized and give effective information. So I'm super excited. I don't even have a copy yet. So I need to place my pre-order in order for me to get my copy. And when I do, all my weekly psychic predictions on Sundays are going to be using my deck to do readings with. I'm still going to be reviewing other decks, but I am mostly going to be reading with my deck. And as a huge bonus to anybody that does the pre-order, I am giving a free class. The class will be a myriad of ways to use the deck, because it's not just one way to use my deck. I have designed it to be very versatile. So I'm going to be doing a free class on how to use my deck a myriad of different ways. And if you participate in the pre-order, you can also participate in a Q&A. If you don't do the pre-order, I will still have that class available for my website after the fact, but it will not be free. It will be a paid class that will be recorded, and then you can download it. But you will not be able to participate in the Q&A, because obviously it will no longer be a live class. But you will be able to participate in the live class if you do the pre-order. And the class is going to be, I haven't decided if it's going to be an hour or an hour and a half. I'm kind of leaning towards an hour and a half, only because I'm slightly long-winded. Slightly. In case you didn't notice, I don't think you have to be a psychic for that one. I am super excited, though. You have no idea. I have now created 15 decks. And I've been creating them for 5 years. So this is 5 years in the making. I have done an awful lot of artwork to create this. Okay, last one here. So bringing this one in, creates my triangles. There we go. Let's do a little bone fold with that. Okay, got those done. Woohoo! All right, let me get my glue, because I want to show you how I glue them. And I think I'm going to put the white paper back, only because I'm using black paper as well, and I want you to be able to see what I'm doing. So let's start with a blue one. We're going to lift these up. We're going to take the black one, and we're going to tuck those in. Point to point. I am going to add glue on this top flap from here to here. The reason I'm doing it all the way to the top is because I want that glue to connect with this one up here as well. Holding the black one in, but holding the blue point to point. Don't worry about the back. We're going to come and cover that later. Oh, wait a minute. I meant to leave that one open. You know what? We're going to need to leave that one open because I have to do my final tuck. Let's just do that like that. That will be fine. Okay, next one, blue. We're going to tuck that in. Actually, let's do it this way. And then on the black one here, I'm going to put my glue all the way to the top. I'm making sure my corner is nice, and I'm making sure this point and this point are nice space-wise as well. And let's give that a squish. I'm using art glitter glue. It dries fairly quickly. So we're going to come in with a black cardstock piece, open that up, tuck that behind, get that as close here to here as I can, and that is as close as I can get it. Lift that up, do a line of glue, hold that, lift that one up, grab a blue one, sandwich that in. That a pinch. Take this black one, tuck that in. Let's go this way. Tuck that in. So we have this one, this one, this one, and then this one's in the back. Add some glue all the way up. Tuck that. Come in with a blue one. Lift that up. Tuck that in. Add some glue. And then the very last one is a black one. So we're going to tuck that one here. And then we're going to tuck that one there. Okay, so let's add some glue right here to the top. Let's open up this one. We're going to add some glue here. Tuck that down. There. Now the fronts are all glued. The backs are not. So let's come in and add some glue to the very back flap of all of these, especially the tip, because that's what's gonna hold it closed. This tip to this tip is especially what I want to keep closed. Because I'm putting these in a journal, I don't need there to be dimension to these. Like, you see how this is puffy? That's going to get kind of sealed shut when I do this, because I'm attaching this to this. And this glue is great because it dries so quickly. And then this one. I think that's the last one. Yep. There, it's my pinwheel. Now, what I like to do with my little one here is I like to take some of my teeny tiny little brads. Let's take a black brad, and see there's a space right there in the middle. So I don't have to do anything. And then just open that up, flatten it out. There. To me, that just gives it just a little bit of a finished look. Smidge, little bit of a dimension. It's kind of cool to have some of the metal findings on there. And that's that. I mean, that's our tea bag folding. I think these are so much fun. They're a tinge time consuming, but I think the finished outcome is something a little bit different. I mean, I haven't seen people doing these in quite a long time, actually. Like I said, I was doing them 25, 30 years ago. That's how long ago. So they're fun. They're pretty. They add a little bit of whimsy to your journal. I would probably decorate like a corner pocket with these. I mean, you could make this a quarter pocket too, but, if I make even tinier ones, like I've made little teeny tiny ones, you can use that as a charm to dangle off whatever, attach it to a loop of some sort and make it a little charm, like a bulb pin or something you can attach it to. Or you can turn it into earrings and turn these into pins or pendants. I think I used like that crystal glaze stuff on this one, and obviously it didn't stand the test of time. The back is in 10 times better shape. Oh no, you know what I used? I used clear embossing powder. That's what I used. Yeah, I dipped it in clear embossing powder. That's what that is. I mean, at this point, it looks like I could chip it off and probably restart again. But this is rubber stamped. I mean, you can see I used a rainbow ink pad to rubber stamp it, and that's how I got a variation of colors. But it was just one square stamp. So I hope this has been fun. Is it an oldie but a goodie for you, or is it new for you? Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope this is fun. Check out my printables. Check out the free one too. I also have a free meditation on my website. It's Elemental Energies with Chris-Anne, and it's linked in every single video I do. My website is always linked. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to get my numbers way, 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 way up. Take care. Be free.